Hello guys, welcome back to Prospect Channel TV. Thank you for always coming out here. If you're joining us for the first time, kindly subscribe and please don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Thank you. My wonderful people, Gbadebo Roads Vival, the Lagos State governorship candidate of the Labour Party in the just concluded Lagos State Guba election, where he lost to the APC Sawolu, have really complained and far extent have condemned the elections. He said, see, if the APC gets away with this, then I will have to get Militants and gun to be the governor. He made this known during a recent press conference, and during the press conference, he answered questions on how he was going to challenge the result of the election in court. We recall that Gbadebo Roads Vival, after when the results were called by the INEC officials and officers, and it showed that Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu had won the elections, and then he instantly kicked against it. He said he's not going to allow it. He's not going to congratulate Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu because he knows that he had stolen his mandate and he's going to recover his mandate in court. And as such, he had decided to challenge the result of the elections in court. He also said that his campaign brought out a new set of voters that cannot be bribed, and he also accused the APC of using thugs and violence to intimidate people that wanted to vote other political parties, not just the Igbos but also the Yorubas. He talked about it, how people were intimidated, how people were suppressed. The issue of thuggery have become a very rampant thing in Lagos to the extent that it is now a normal thing. And he kicked against it that it must really stop. And this particular issue did not only affect the Igbos, but also Yoruba people and other people in Lagos, just because they are not willing and ready to vote for a particular political party, and then they started attacking them. While responding to a question, he said that if the APC gets away with what they did in Lagos, then that means that when he wants to be a governor in the next election, then he would have to get his own personal militants and he will have to empower them with guns and weapons. He will give them guns and say, okay, carry on. Go and do the normal usual business that is being conducted in Lagos. Let's see the winner. Gbadebo really condemned the APC government for keeping quiet while people were intimidated during the election because it favored them. So they decided to keep quiet. The Yoruba leaders, the elders, the traditional rulers, they kept quiet. And the Oba of Lagos had told Gbadebo Roads Vival that, see, oh boy, I know that you won't win this election, but I give you my blessings. And I'm telling you that I support no other person than Babajide Sanwo-Olu. He is going to win the election. He spoke about it. He told him forehand. He told him pump and play that, see, you won't win this election, but I wish you well. But just have it at the back of your mind that you won't win this election. People are not going to vote for you. You won't win. Because he knows what is already on ground. And he said his own, favorable or preferred governorship candidate is no other person than Babajide Sanwo-Olu. And Gbadebo really condemned the traditional rulers, the APC government in Lagos, for keeping quiet while people were intimidated during the elections because it favored them. It means that if he wants to become the governor of Lagos tomorrow, then he will have to get a militant group and he will have to give them guns to go ahead and carry on their acts. He said, see, this must end. Nobody must get away with this. In fact, nobody is going to get away with this. This is not your Gbadebo anymore. Because the moment these people get away with this, any further election that will be held in Lagos will turn into a war. It just means that if you want to be a governor of Lagos, then you have to get a militant group and you have to have guns in doing so that you can become the governor of Lagos, since that is what the incumbent governor has done now. Since that is the footsteps he have laid down for people, then he would have to do the same when he's contesting next in the next election. He said, see, the violence that was mad on the people of Lagos. It must stop. He's not willing and ready to accept it. That is why he had condemned these elections. He says, see, anybody that wants to become the governor, we have to get a militant group now, because that has become the normal business, the order of the day. That was what Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu did. That's why he won the elections. But then he said he would challenge this in court. He's not going to accept the mandate of Babajide Sanwo-Olu. And we recall that Falz, the popular Nigerian musician, had really said something relating to this, where he said, he told Babajide Sanwo-Olu, he says, Sanwo-Olu, see, you know that you did not win this election. Stop congratulating yourself. We know that you were selected. Nobody voted for you. But then you went ahead and took the people's mandate by force. It is a stolen mandate. You are parading a stolen mandate. And you don't have to come out publicly and talk about that. And so many people have been really condemning the elections that was really conducted in Lagos, starting from the presidential election, when a woman was badly injured. But yet, with her bandaged face, she had to go ahead and cast her vote. With her sweat, with her blood, she casted her vote. And at the end of the day, what happened? Irrespective of the fact that the Labour Party votes were highly manipulated, the results were taunted, the results were manipulated, yet the Labour Party still won Lagos. Won the APC in Lagos. But then, afterwards, we saw what had gone. In fact, it continued. We thought that, okay, that would be the end, but then it continued. That is what Gbadebo Revival is saying, that Togri has now become the order of the day. And if this should continue, that means if anybody wants to become the governor of Lagos, then he has to get a militant group, empower them with guns and ammunitions, and tell them to go ahead and carry out the normal acts that is being conducted in Lagos. So my country people, what are your thoughts concerning this issue? Because Gbadebo Revival have really shown concern about this, to the extent he said, see, I know my people, I have voters that they cannot be compromised by money or they cannot be bribed, but I must put an end to this. If not, then you will know that I am not Gbadebo Revival. Guys, this is really serious. So my country people, what are your thoughts concerning this? I'm dropping here, guys. Kindly share your thoughts concerning this in the comment section down below. Thank you. Bye for now.